Yay! Hey legends, hope you are well. My name's Josh, I'm from Cauldron Endurance, and I've put together this little 10-minute mobility routine. Okay, that's all it takes, 10 minutes a day just to stay loose and limber, really help us prevent injuries and improve our running economy and form as well. So let's get straight in. We're gonna start with our couch stretch. Okay, so most of the stretches today are gonna be focusing on the hamstrings, the quads, the hip flexors, the lower back. Okay, so again, 10 minutes is all we need. So with this couch stretch, what we're gonna do is we need a wall, and we're gonna take our knee and tuck it into the corner. Okay, now tucking it right into the corner is quite challenging. So you might find to start off with, you just need to bring that knee out a little bit. Okay, from there, we're just gonna bring the other leg up. And then we're just gonna stay in this position to start with. So I just wanna feel around. So I'm just gonna push forward a little bit with my chest, get a little bit more in the hip flexor. And the thing with mobilizations is everyone's body is different, right? So everyone's going to feel it slightly different. So you have to hunt around in these stretches. It's not a static stretch. We move around. So I found it really tight there. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time there. Cool. So we spend about 30 seconds here. And then from here, I'm just going to sit up nice and upright. Okay. So from this position, I want to keep my back as close to the wall as I can, shoulders back and down, and I want to be able to squeeze the butt that's back, okay? So my left knee is back, so I need to be able to squeeze my left butt. And then I squeeze my left butt, and what that does is it just makes our pelvis tilt under, so we really feel it firing down this quad. So squeeze that butt, just spend a little bit of time just sat in this stretch. Awesome. So you spend about 45 seconds there. Just going to drop down and obviously get stuck into the other leg. So what you might also find is that one side of your body's a lot tighter than the other side of the body. So again, tuck that right knee in now. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time at the bottom. So again, I'm just pushing my chest forward. Walk your hands away if you need and just find where it's tight. And breathing is also really, really important when we're doing these mobilizations. So we're going to sit nice and upright, and I'll talk about the breath a bit more in a second. So again, back close to the wall, shoulders back and down, squeeze your right bum. And then what we're going to do now is called a contract relax. So we can trick our mind to drop into these stretches and mobilizations more. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4. Then we're going to contract the muscles that are close to where I'm stretching. And then I'm going to release all this tension and breathe out for 8. Okay, so let's try it now. So breathe in for 4. Now squeeze your bum, squeeze your quads. Squeeze, 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 contract. And then as you breathe out for 8, just drop into that stretch a little bit more. Awesome. And then just slowly coming off the wall. Hopefully I haven't marked the freshly painted wall there. And now we're going into the lizard pose, okay? So what we're gonna do for this one, actually, let's start with our left leg because you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm gonna walk my back knee back. This front leg's at 90 degrees. And then from there, I'm just gonna drop my chest closer to the floor, okay? So I'm not going all the way down. I'm still on the palms of my hands. And again, we need to find where we're tight. So I'm going to walk away and just try and increase the stretch in the groin there. Good, and then if it's in your practice, then we can try and drop our elbows down to the floor. I tapped out about 80K at the weekend, so there's absolutely no chance that I can get there today, but other days I can. And I think it's definitely a no ego thing, mobility. Like, only go as far as your body will allow and don't push any further. So again, let's try contract relax. So breathe in for 4. Contract the groin and then breathe out for 8. Good. And then whilst we're here, we're going to drop into our pigeon pose for our glutes. So I'm just going to walk my left foot over, just drop that knee down to the floor. And then from here, get that chest nice and high, shoulders back and down, and then just slowly drop. So we want to keep this front leg as close to 90 degrees as we can. If we can't quite get there and it's at an angle, that's also fine, okay? And then again, drop those elbows to the floor, and this is where we hunt. So I'm going to hunt around for somewhere that I'm tight. So go ahead and find somewhere that you're tight. And then once you've found somewhere that you're tight, contract, relax. Okay, so in for 4. Contract the glutes. Out for 8. And just drop into it more. Drop that chest down. Nice, another 10 seconds here. Move around. We can also move over this knee. And you can also play around with your back leg. So I play around with my back leg, angle that slightly. And you might just feel it a little bit differently. Good. Nice, guys. So coming out of that, nice and steady. And then, of course, we've got to do it on the other side. So now right leg forward. We can pop our hand on our foot. And again, just turn that chest away. Really trying to stretch that groin. Walk away with your hands. Find where you're tight. Good. And then when you're ready, just drop those elbows a little closer to the floor. So surprisingly, I can actually get down on this side. So never expect both sides to be balanced. And it's a good way to kind of assess if one side of the body is a lot tighter than the other side of the body, because that can affect your running mechanics as well. So, you know, I'm picking up some good tips which transfer to my running here as well. So again, just hunting around, get a contract, relax in for 4. Tense around your groin, your bum, out for 8, and just relax into it. Nice, good. And then just come out of that. Next up, just going to stretch out our hamstrings and then loosen the lower back, and then we're done. So a couple more minutes. This one, we've got a forward fold. So be gentle with yourself to start here, okay? These hammies can get really tight, especially first thing in the morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, up overhead, exhale, and I'm just forward folding. So if you can get straight legs here, then great. If you're like me and you've got really tight hamstrings, like a lot of us runners do, then don't push to start with, okay? And then we can do the contract, relax again. So in for 4. Tense the hamstrings, then relax everything, out for 8. And just drop that chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Nice, try and just move, shuffle your bum back a little bit so you can get those hamstrings a little bit straighter. Nice, good. Coming out of that, we're just going to bring our feet together quickly and just do a few pulses, just a bit of dynamic movement to get us ready for the day. And each pulse, I'm just trying to get those knees a little bit closer to the floor. Again, we're not forcing. Good, and then last one, we're just going to drop our back down onto the floor so we're lying, and we're just going to go into a supine twist. Yeah, that's how you say it. It's quite a confusing one, that one. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring my left leg over my right quad, and then from there drop down to the floor. Okay, now it's important that we keep our shoulders on the floor here. So if your shoulders are lifting up, then just limit your range, and if this does feel a bit too much for you, then you can also untuck that knee, okay? And then if you want to just increase the stretch a little bit more, then just take your gaze over your left shoulder. Good, back to the middle. Again, let's do this on the other side, so crossing my right leg over my left, and then just drop in. That left knee down to the side. Take your gaze now over your right shoulder. Again, you can untuck your legs if it's a bit too intense. Good, a couple more breaths here. Nice and long and deep. Good, and when you're ready you can come out of that. And you can stay lying here for a few minutes if you want to. And take some long, slow breaths, go into a little bit of a meditation. Or slowly come out of that, give yourself a little shake. And yeah, hopefully you're feeling more loose and limber for the day, and you know, we've balanced things out a little for the next run, and you're going to feel stronger. So thanks for joining. Get stuck into it, and yeah, create some consistency with that mobility. Let's go.